Freddy Salgado has spent his entire life working with bikes. First in the USA before moving to New Zealand, where he founded Bikey's Bicycle Shop in Gisborne. He now works as a bike mechanic in Rotorua, but it was Gisborne where his passion for riding became a full-blown obsession with designing and building bikes.
I had a bit of a history in the States working for Richard Schwinn and building with more traditional steel and putting together with brazing methods. And so when I got to New Zealand, I've always had the bug and just wanted to start building out of the garage, but it just using traditional methods isn't economically feasible. And so I started doing a bit of research and came across an article in one of the bike magazines about Craig Caffey in California, who's started building bikes using bamboo. And so I had been passing a bamboo grove in Gisborne on a daily basis, but never even noticed it. And after I read the article, I was like, oh, I think I know where I can get my hands on some free material.
Salgado now builds bikes out of bamboo, using flax and epoxy to hold them together. He's also innovating with a double rear suspension bike, which he first saw when he was racing downhill in the US.
There have been two-shock bikes that have come before mine. I've been kind of chipping away at it and kind of developing my own version of a two-shock rear suspension bike.
Two-shock suspension designs first originated with motorcycles.
The first one I developed in around 1996. And so I've worked my way up into the fifth version, and each one of them have been uniquely different. There are quite a few influences, like Mert Lawwell, Eric Buell. Those guys are motorcycle suspension developers that have gone on to make bikes. Alex Morgan in particular was one of the first bikes that I saw that he had made with two shocks. And so after attending many races with Alex and talking about different theories, I decided to give it a go and to try to develop my own version. I guess it's kind of the same ideas that two brains are better than one. And so I guess what's really unique about it is that it gives me, I wouldn't say unlimited tuning ability, but a lot more tuning options. The goal is to make one of the fastest bikes in the world. And so that's always been the end goal for me.
Salgado has been doing most of the design work and building of his bike in his garage, taking his latest prototype out on the trails in Rotorua.
I've been doing all the test riding myself and pretty much doing the Franken kind of garage engineering, putting things together and trying to get things to work. I've had a little help with some engineering here and there with small bits and pieces and linkages that I just can't manufacture on my own. With the latest prototype, I developed a front triangle made out of bamboo and flax. So yeah, between the help of existing manufacturers where I've borrowed bits and pieces off of other bikes and a few things that I've made on my own, yeah, it's mostly stuff that I've put together and kind of just been working on.
Enduro racing has become one of the most popular forms of mountain bike racing in the last few years, with Rotorua hosting 2 World Cup events.
Since I've moved to Rotorua, I discovered Enduro, and that has really ignited my passion to ride again. And so this is developed specifically for Enduro racing. I moved here for the riding, and since I've started developing, I thought, well, this is going to be the ultimate playground to test this thing out.
There's been plenty of bumps along the way, but thankfully no major injuries. Salgado says having a frame made of bamboo makes it easier to tweak and adjust the design.
With bamboo, it's very easy to repair. And so I've taken those lessons and made the bike much stronger. I've added a little bit of carbon fiber here and there where I needed. I think two-shock bikes are still in their infancy, and this has just been a really long journey for me. This is the 5th bike that I've engineered with 2 shocks, and I've got number 6 on the board, and yeah, just gonna keep chipping away.
Meade Norton, local focus.